Hi, my name is Vlada. Welcome back to my channel. Quick disclaimer, all of these videos simply document my own journey, and these ideas presented in the videos simply constitute my current worldview and mindset. And by the way, most of my ideas are inspired by the books of Carlos Castaneda and also by endless discussions with my dad. So, the main topic of today's video is why you can have that crippling anxiety and the reasons why it happens and just like what to do with it. There will be 4 key points. First is that you might simply lack energy for some reasons. First, you might scroll through social media for hours, or for example, you can have some draining relationship, so to say. You have to be very attentive about that because sometimes you spend time with other people and you think like, yeah, it's okay, but you don't really get fulfilled. And here is the key point, because we don't have too much time and we don't have too much energy. So I would recommend to be more attentive about the people you spend time with, because energy is limited and so is time. Then the next thing is you might be overthinking. Yep, this is quite obvious, but you just don't understand how much energy you spend simply trying to imagine some other ways of life, for example, or just trying to understand someone's behavior, other stuff like that. It is very, very energy consuming. Then the next thing is that your eating habits also influence the way your body works. If you eat badly, or for example, I don't know, fast food or something like that, it depends all on your own body, because for someone fast food does not make any difference, for someone it will be a disaster. So try to be more attentive about that. By the way, I just forgot the most important thing is that try to do things that bring you joy. Maybe it will be listening to music. For example, for me it is the group Oasis, and I don't know, eating some ice cream. It will immediately make you happy and you will be smiling, and this is also a very good opportunity to boost your mood and bring you some more energy. Now we proceed to the second point. It consists in the idea that since you have a lack of energy, your mind starts to realize the constraints of time. Speaking shortly, you want something that you don't have, and you want it immediately, but you don't have it. So you just start worrying. In other words, the idea is that the main objective of the mind is to make your life as comfortable as possible. This might take the form of, luxurious items, cars, the house on the seashore. So any material objects. To get these material objects, you must hustle. And try to imagine this situation where you don't have too much energy, you want something very badly, and you are very depressed because you don't have it specifically right now. You would go to, Amazon and buy it, but you don't have the money. So you need to go and hustle. And then the consequence is that you start hustling, you have even less energy, and then your mind goes alarming like, hey, what is going on? I don't have energy, I'm very afraid, please help me. And it makes the mind make you more anxious to everything around you. And here is the tricky moment. You dive into work, and you have even less time because you are very busy trying to earn that amount of money to buy that car that would magically transform your life into pure happiness. However, it turns out that you, for example, don't have that free time to drive that wonderful car, and then your mind worries even more because not only you don't have the time, but you also do not have the chance to enjoy these things. So it is just an internal worry about everything going on in your life. Now we proceed to point number 3. It says that your mind will try to compensate that energy by setting a very strict schedule. So the idea actually is very easy, because let's imagine your mind that is very worrying about everything going on, that is trying to make your life as comfortable as possible. It realizes that, okay, if I don't spend any other energy on thinking about the plans and on things that will happen later, for example, a very strict schedule for the weekend. It was actually my personal case when I previously worried a lot about those days when I didn't have, on Monday, on the beginning of the week, I didn't have a very strict, clear vision of the weekend. For example, I'm sure that you know that feeling when by Monday you have settled plans with your friends, you go to some specific events, and then all of a sudden one of your friends said like, oh, I'm very sorry, I cannot go, please forgive me. And you know that crippling feeling of despair in your chest that says, oh my God, what do I do now? What will happen with my life? Because I'm very worried. I don't know what to do. I don't have any time to set some new plans, though it is only Monday and you are speaking about the plans for Saturday. So now we obviously see the situation that your mind is racing like a crazy squirrel trying to figure out what to do with your life, because now it has to spend extra energy while it was trying to compensate that energy. So now we obviously proceed to number 4, that you have to find a way to return your energy, because otherwise you will remain in this endless cycle of anxiety where you're trying to set a plan in order to save that energy, but nothing works out, and even if it works out, something might not go according to the plan. It will be very bad for you. So based on my experience, it is possible to wake up, for example, not to wake up, but to be Friday. Let's imagine the situation: Friday night, you don't have any settled plans for Saturday, and you are totally fine with it, because next morning, Saturday, you wake up and first thing you do is check up with yourself, with your body. For example, you might realize that you want some extra hours of sleep because during the week you were sleeping, you had a very bad sleeping schedule, for example. And then you will realize whether you want to go to the park, to go to the cinemas, or to socialize with friends all of a sudden. But I'm not sure that all of us have energy to spend time with our friends, because when you don't have any energy, you usually just want to be like in a shell. You just want to sleep and do nothing. You don't have the energy to do your favorite hobbies. I don't know, go running, go swimming or painting, whatever it can be, but you don't have the energy. So the 4th point is just try to return that energy. Stop using social media as much as you usually do. Spend time with friends that give you energy, not on the contrary, that you talk to them and then all of a sudden you start overthinking whether everything went well, or whether they are your true friends, whether everything is all right, and all of that kind of stuff that doesn't make any sense at all and doesn't add any value to your life. So I think that this is the main idea. Just try to be very consistent with the way you spend your energy, and try to minimize all of these ways, all of these tricks. You try to minimize where you spend your energy and give it more sense, so to say. Then try to sleep more if it is possible, try to eat more, and finally, and most importantly, I think, is that you need to try to do things you like, that you enjoy. For example, if you really like simply going for a walk in the park, just go and do that if you have the time, and you will, if it makes you happy, of course. So I think that this is it for today. If you have any ideas and suggestions for the video, please feel absolutely free to leave it below in the comments. I will check everything and try to incorporate that into my next videos. See you next time.